Let's talk about how to start your snowblower. Whether you got a single stage, a two stage, Toro, Ariens, whatever brand you got, all of them work off these same basic principles. So let's use this Toro as an example. So in this particular model, you're gonna see a throttle control. So slow and fast, it's got to stop. You're gonna see a primer. Typically there's an on-off switch or something that will kill power. And then lastly, you're gonna see a choke. If I look over at the Ariens, the same basic thing, right? We got a throttle, we've got an on-off stop, and then the choke looks a little bit different and it's got a primer bulb. So almost all of them look the exact same here. So when you're trying to start this, you first have to prime that machine. I usually do it about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you've got the choke, and most of them are gonna give an indicator to what turns that choke on. I would start this at least at half throttle. It could go up to full. When you go up to full, it's gonna give you just more revolutions per minute. So I think we're gonna go in this full position. This one is an electric start model. It also has a pull cord. If you have the electric start, you will be able to plug this in, and there's a button on the side here you can press. I wouldn't press that for more than 3 to 5 seconds. That should be enough to get this to start. So we are starting a cold machine that has not been running. That is why this choke lever is in the on position. If you have a machine that's actually warm, you will not need to choke it. You actually might need to just choke this a little bit. So right now, I've got this in the fully choked position, and I've got the pull cord, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. If it doesn't start and you have this choked, maybe pull it up to 3 times. And if it doesn't start at that point, I would turn the choke off and see if it'll start. Now we're in a warmer environment. I brought this into our showroom probably an hour or 2 ago. If this was in frigid temperatures, typically where you're at in that garage, probably need to start actually in that choke position right there, and slowly you'll be able to feather this off. If you start your machine and it's kind of puffing a little bit, but then you turn this off and the machine dies, it probably just needs to choke for a little bit longer. When you put something in the choke position, it's giving it more fuel, and when it's cold, that's exactly what it needs. Now I've got a couple more tips for you. All of these had the same basic instrument panel. We're gonna look at one that's slightly different. And then also I wanna talk about what to do if it's still not starting for you, because it could be a matter of bad fuel or something in that carburetor, something with the spark plug. So I'm gonna talk about what you can do in those situations as well. But let's head outside and look at that different setup. This is a large 2-stage Ariens snowblower. Some of your machines will have a fuel shutoff. It could look as simple as this, or it could be something on an actual fuel line that actually has a petcock. And so this again looks a little bit different. This is a throttle assembly right here, kind of has an indicator for more speed, and then right here is the symbol you're looking for choke, and this one says start. So this would be choking this machine, and when it fires up, you can change it to run. This seems to have all sorts of bells and whistles on it, because this is not a key that pulls out. This is one that I've actually got to turn on to an ignition position. So some of them will have to be a key that you turn to an on position. So for this one, I would have to have the key in the on position, have to have the fuel in the on position, and then mess with the throttle and choke. And yes, this does have the primer bulb as well. So you would prime this 5 times, and then you go ahead and pull it when it's in that choke position. So if you do all those things and it's still not starting, it's probably a fuel related issue. I showed you out there that a lot of these have fuel shutoffs. Just a couple more examples, like we look on this one. This is what I'm talking about. Make sure this is not in an off position. So this is on. If you want to see if you have a fuel related issue, you can actually pull your spark plug out, and you can just see if that plug looks bad. It might just be a bad plug. Okay, that's something you might want to start with. You can actually put a little bit of starting fluid in here and put the plug back in, and if it blips and fires off that but then dies out, that's a way to basically bypass your carburetor. That would tell you there's probably an issue in the carburetor. 90+% of snowblowers that come through our shop get a blockage in the carburetor, and because these are such small engines, even compared to mowers, which we sell a lot of, there are tinier openings in the carburetor itself. And so if you put normal fuel in these that has ethanol, what that does is it gums up and actually blocks the path of fuel. So if you're running into issues like that, it's important to use fuel without ethanol, or put fuel stabilizer in your machine, or you might be in this predicament of taking it to a place like Howe Equipment to get that snowblower repaired. So hopefully that helps you guys, and until that next video, we'll see you later.